Hello world, welcome to 80s Music Twin Ranked. I'm Chris.
I'm Joel.
And today we are doing Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes, cover artist.
Not really a cover artist. He doesn't do cover songs.
He's parody songs.
He does parodies.
He is to music was what the Zucker brothers are to movies.
Yeah, well, Airplane
Yes.
is the exact scene for scene, line for line almost, that it funny bits in between
Right.
of what was it called?
movies. Zero
Dark
Hour.
30.
0 Hour. Yeah, he killed Bill. That was a Ben Lomond movie way back when. Okay. No, so and his career, he's lasted 4 decades.
Yeah, who could say that? I mean, there are artists.
Well, we just did Olivia Newton-John. She could say that. But nobody knew about her after the 80s.
Yeah.
Weird Al, he stood the test of time. So much so, he put out, his last thing he put out was a box set, and the package it comes in is accordion. So, and you can get all of his CDs that we listed behind us. And first, so he didn't really start out on MTV. MTV is obviously puts it higher because you can put all the jokes to sight, which makes the appeal better. And thanks to YouTube, now other people can put their own videos out.
The first show he was on was
Dr.
Dr.
Demento.
Demento.
Yeah,
And he played, what did he play?
Another One Bites the Dust.
Another One Rides the Bus.
Another One Rides the Bus. That's right.
He recorded it in a bathroom stall.
And you can tell when it plays. It's obviously, it could be the best lyrics ever. It's not going to be our top 10 because he was just beginning.
Yeah, it was him and an accordion, and that was it. No backing musicians, one-time take, no editing or anything.
But it is funny. I mean, don't you wish you could write lyrics like this?
Yeah.
You got this bus picking up people, and nobody ever gets off. More people get on, and describing the situation because of that. Now, why aren't people getting off? I don't know. But yeah, stuff like that's funny. And then I don't know that I'd buy anything of his that was early stuff, though.
The first couple albums, anyways.
Definitely. Even though Eat It was on the second one, but so was Huey Lewis's "I Want a New Duck," which that's not special. Okay.
Some of the special effects on the albums, sound effects, are just so cheesy. Like he does have a rubber ducky squeaky.
Right. Yeah, and well, even in his medleys, he does stuff like that.
I even think.
Which one is it? I Love Rocky Road.
Yeah.
Okay, you watch the video?
Yeah.
And you got the one guy doing the armpit thing?
Well,
and that's a noise we used to do.
Smells like Nirvana, where he does Smells Like Teen Spirit. Funny video. I just thought it was hilarious when he's talking about having a cancer there because he's got all these marbles
in his mouth,
and marbles are popping out.
You thought that wasn't?
But at one point he's like particularly car. He goes bang. I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Well, so not everything he does.
Yeah.
Is pure genius.
Yeah. No. And he's a parody artist, so he's not meant to put out the awesome music like everyone else. He's not looking for #1 hits. Amazingly, he does have 3 way up there ranked hits.
Yeah.
Eat It, White and Nerdy.
Eat It was probably the first time we really knew that was the first thing he.
Right.
And what the great thing is, Beat It came on all the time. We knew the video. Mm-hmm. And then Eat It came on, and scene for scene, he does every single scene. He's in the bar.
Right.
He even does the foot thing that Michael kind of does. Not really
when he grabs
the same way, but Michael just kind of leans. He has his foot
and he takes Michael Jackson's video and says, "What if this actually happened? Like them prevented from actually getting to the fight, and they're waiting for the bus." The one guy coming out of the manhole, but he's too fat to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, those things, and that technically that's not Weird Al thinking that, right? But it's visual. That has nothing to do with the song.
Even the end when he gets out of bed and he's like, indigestion, and he turns and he's got the eyes. That's Thriller.
That's Thriller, not Beat It, right? So he can do that. He takes liberty to obviously go veer off But it's funny,
Yeah.
and you wish you could do that, right? As kids, we're like,
the fight.
let's make a parody video.
The fight when the guitar solo. Eddie Van Halen did guitar solo and beat it. But they got the guitar and do it, and it starts smoking in the hand and it blows up. But during the fight, when they're doing the guitar scenes, Beat It, they have 2 knives. Right?
Yeah, he had a spork.
We had a spatula and a spork they were playing with.
And they weren't even tied together.
Yeah.
They were both holding a rubber chicken. So yeah. So Eat It for sure. And if that video had failed on MTV,
He might not be.
his career's done.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, yeah, pass. He's like, I got another one. Nah. But because of how good that was, then he obviously could continue.
Yeah, well, the next one was, I believe,
Like a Surgeon.
Like a Surgeon. Madonna parody.
Yes, and
He's writhing on the floor like her. She's writhing in her video.
Oh,
and he's in the surgical.
And I told you, like last week, before and now that obviously won't get our top 10 because his voice, you can tell he's not trying to sound good, so it's not good. But yeah, he's like, hey! Obviously, he can't be Madonna, but he's doing stuff Madonna does. But I like before they even get to him, there's another doctor walking through the, and you hear above, Dr. Fine,
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, which is a
reference
to Three Stooges because they did several
Doctor
hospital skits.
Yep. Men at Work, I think, was nominated for a short Academy Award, and they might have won it, possibly. Yeah, so, and even when he's
I remember, there is one I remember, and I cannot find it because I don't remember what maybe somebody in the comments could tell me if we were having because okay, the Three Stooges are answering phones, and one time Curly answers. It goes, "You don't say, you don't say, you don't say." He hangs up. They go, "Who was it?" He goes, "He didn't say."
That was probably the Men in Black.
I've seen one of the. They thought it was, and they didn't do it.
All right. And yeah, we're not going to alter the Three Stooges. We're on Weird Al. But when Weird Al, they actually get into his emergency room, that's where it's also funny. Obviously the heart monitor is what starts the music.
Yeah.
but and his lyrics are matching, like when they're using these particular things to get his wallet and the money out of it. At one point, he actually cuts his finger off.
She's like, a scalpel.
Yeah. Or he's holding the heart and it slips out. And then a guy comes and he falls
on it. Yeah.
Hilarious. All right, so we're promoting his videos at the same time his music. The videos probably are better.
Yeah.
If you would want to buy an album, would you actually buy a song album or try to find a video album?
They do that. He did.
I know, but I'm saying, which would you rather buy?
I would buy the video. Yeah,
Yeah.
They sell. It's called probably Where I Make the videos, and it's just all his. Not everything's on there because he had since put more out.
Right. Now I actually owned Off the Deep End,
and I think I owned. Which one did I say? I don't know. The one with the night. I think it was Bad Hair Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he parodied, even his covers are parodies, sometimes. Like, even worse, he looks just like Michael Jackson with the leather
even the title is a parody
of Bad.
Bad. It's even worse.
And then Bad Hair Day, he's parodying Coolio with the braids going everywhere. Yeah, so, and this, sometimes you get the cover, the different meaning of running with scissors. Obviously, that's something parents told your kids. Don't run with scissors.
Yeah.
Then he's actually on a marathon course with scissors. All right, and what else? And he was in UHF. Was he in any other movies?
Offhand, I can't think of any.
I don't think he was.
I watched a show called Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay.
That stars it's Scott Ackerman and
Okay.
the guy who is one of the late. I want to say it's James Corden, maybe.
Okay.
His lead singer, who's gosh, I can't remember his name. He left. Scott Ackerman's Comedy Bang Bang. Weird Al took over. Actually, Kid Cudi did first, then Weird Al took his place. So the last season, Weird Al was his.
So yeah, so I don't know that he. and we meant to do this for Olivia Newton-John. She was in movies and she had songs from movies. Did she have any songs from movies she wasn't in? I know this is in Olivia Newton-John. Cut this out and put it in there. Go ahead.
We would have mentioned him through the songs or something. No.
But Weird Al, he wasn't in it. I don't think he was in it, but he did the theme song to Johnny Dangerously.
Yes.
This Is the Life.
This is life.
Which
I'll bet he had a cameo. I don't know, but I bet he did.
I tried rewatching it. It's not as good as I remember it, but it's still a good watch. It's still better than a lot of movies. Because it's harder to do comedy than it is most other genres.
Yeah, and in the earlier movies, you go back to the 80s, okay, it's different style than now, because now it's like edit after edit after edit. The 80s, slower edits, let the scene drag out before you cut to something else. You go back to 50s and 40s, it's like scenes 30 minutes long before you cut to anything.
Yeah, and did he didn't do anything else movie-wise, right? No other titles?
I can't think of anything, no.
Okay. Now, he parodied, did he only parody people?
Well, you know what he did? What? He did a lot of his, he was on MTV and he always did
interviews.
But he would actually take over MTV for like an hour or two, whatever,
right,
for his own show and play his videos.
Yeah.
And he would do parodies where he would ask questions and then take clips from their interviews from someone else and put them in.
And put his own questions in.
It sounds like the person who's answering his question, but he's answering another question, but it made it funny.
Yeah, it's very funny. To our surprise, there was more stuff we saw of him in movies and TV. We realized
Weird Al Yankovic played a part in every Naked Gun movie. Himself in 2 of them, the first and the third,
and a thug in the second one.
Yeah.
All right. He also voiced a bunch of characters, but the 2 I'll mention. He was Darkseid, one of the villains in the Teen Titans Go. Yep. And then Phineas and Ferb people made another show called Milo Murphy's Law, and he voiced Milo. Just to throw this out there, he was not related to Frank Yankovic, the other accordion musician. By the way, are there any other musicians in the 80s or any time that used an accordion? I don't know. And there's a biopic coming out starring
Daniel Radcliffe.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter,
In
yes.
case you didn't know that. Who doesn't know that?
Yeah, obviously, you had to get a wig
Right.
to do that.
Okay, so that would be...
I wonder if it's going to be realistic or if it's going to be like the Rocket Man kind of...
Yeah. Does Daniel Radcliffe really look like Weird Al?
No.
Is it supposed to be a parody? I don't know. Oh, by the way, he did do a second movie song we forgot. Spy Hard.
Oh yeah, Spy Hard, which is Leslie Nielsen.
Again.
From the Naked Guns movies.
Right. And if you watch the video, it's a parody of James Bond, obviously.
Yeah, well, the title is a parody on Die Hard.
Right.
But the Spy Hard is like, if you want to spy, you got to spy hard.
Yeah, and again, James Bond parody, not Die Hard parody.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Weird Al. So after Like a Surgeon, and actually prior was Eat It the first video, because I forgot about this. I Lost on Jeopardy. Was that his first one, or was Eat It the first one?
It's one, I don't know. I would have to look up to see which one came first.
And that
doesn't really matter.
That was a good one. That was a good one too, because there's the one question that says how many bricks are in the Great Wall of China, and the guy got it right.
Yeah,
and you mentioned
one of the things. Here's the thing: when they showed those questions, you have to pause to read the question because it goes so quick.
Yeah. I don't know if that's how Jeopardy was. Jeopardy different than obviously it was different before.
Because it's really cheap the way.
I don't even know when Alex Trebek took over. So, but he was thrown in the back of a car with Greg Kinn, and that was really him. Because that's how is that how Greg Kinn's video ended, in the back of that car?
Something like it, yeah.
All right. So after Like a Surgeon, what would have been his most popular video after that?
Fat. That was the next album, right?
Even worse. Yeah, so he had to do a...
Although we got Dare to be Stupid.
Well, Dare to be Stupid, takeoff of Devo. But I don't think that was ever a huge hit. He had several songs, like that One More Minute where he's singing and he's talking about rather doing other stuff, and I can't even stand it.
He would do all these
horrible
things rather than spend one more minute with.
I used to like that song, and then the more you hear that song, the more you think about the things you'd rather do. And it's like, ooh, like I don't want to hear about paper cuts. Okay, but Fat is the next biggest video of his, and so he copied again Michael Jackson's including he didn't go all the way back to Michael Jackson's 15-minute long movie where the gang actually starts off on somebody's steps, but in the subway basically is where he stopped, and the people that stop him and say, yo man, where you been? and so he has to do everything regarding being fat.
Okay, so he is not fat, he's a skinny guy.
No.
And he starts out skinny. And he just blows up in front of him.
Yeah.
That actually happened in real life. So he suddenly gained 200 pounds within 10 seconds.
But I'm telling you, those are good lyrics. When you can say your shadow actually weighs something. You need your own zip code. And he rhymes this stuff.
The physical thing is too, like, the camera, they'll start running this way and goes, oh! The camera keeps going, they're not there, goes back, and they're all out of breath. He does the hand motion.
It actually does the sound effect, right? We got that again. But here's what I noticed, and I don't know if other artists like this, but when your video is better than the original video, you would think, no, you're not allowed to parody me. Why?
Okay, so Michael Jackson's videos are all about his dancing.
Yeah.
Bad was just like it, had very good choreography. And Weird Al's not so much.
No, but
or comedy.
Sight gag galore.
Yeah.
Prince, believe it or not, Prince never wanted him to. He asked Prince, and Prince didn't want him to do a parody of his songs. All right.
He did do one without permission.
Which one?
Amish Paradise. He did not ask Coolio, and Coolio was furious about it.
Yeah. And I like.
I don't know if he's ever forgiven him.
No, probably not. But that's a good one. Especially, there's several things. The ending, where he's coming forward and everything else is done in reverse. He did that entire scene in reverse.
Oh yeah.
Which means he needed to have the mouth backwards.
He had to memorize how it would be backwards. Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And it's impressive that his band actually sounds like the original band when they're playing
his
songs.
band, he's had the same band the entire career.
Yeah, so they're good band members to actually be able to pull off their music.
White and Nerdy has Key and Peele in it.
Yep.
They do a lot of. They have the Star Wars.
And Donny Osmond is in that video too. So how long since he was a star? And oh gosh. So we used to not let them watch Amish Paradise just because it has that thing of you're happy they're burning in hell. He doesn't mind the kid kicking and laughing at it.
That's another thing I like about Weird Al's videos is sometimes he'll use an actual line from the original song in his lyrics.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
The album I owned, Off the Deep End, he has a second song. So Smells Like Teen Spirit, obviously the release.
Yeah, the cover is parody of Nevermind.
Yeah, but the other song, You Don't Love Me Anymore, which is funny. He's like, obviously, huge hints she doesn't love him anymore. Like, you're laughing when you push me down the elevator shaft. Yeah, that's, I wonder, do you not love me? But I remember because it's sung like a real love song. I'm like,
well, it's the video. It looks a lot like Extremes more than words.
But it's sung so good like a love song. I'm thinking if he actually put out legitimate songs, he could have been a good artist with regular songs. That's how good I thought his voice was just from that one. Yeah, so
Gump is probably his shortest song. It's from the Dead Presidents? American Presidents.
Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents was
a movie.
Yeah.
No, okay, maybe it was just The Presidents.
I don't know.
Lump. It was a song called Lump. Presidents of the United States. That's what it was.
Okay, gotcha.
The band.
I remember that.
They had a song called Lump, and he did Gump, and that's the shortest song he's ever had.
Paired up with the Jurassic Park video, which is animated, I can't stand that song. Partly because it's a parody of MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that song?
Yes, I have.
That song sucks. And it's been done twice.
Well, thank you.
Richard Harris actually sang that.
Yeah, I know, and you might hear
And it was a hit. And then Donna Summer or Diana Ross.
Yeah.
One of those two.
And not only that, okay, it's all, you can also hear it. This, not the song. Chris O'Donnell sings it at the beginning of Vertical Limit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
And
I saw that.
because what they're doing, and Robin Tooney's in it, and they're singing songs back and forth, trying to trick people, saying, "Is this a song?" He's singing it, and she's like, "That can't possibly be a song." And then the dad's like, "Yeah," and he says what it is. And
By the way, okay, and just off of that song, there's a cartoon called Space Ghost.
yeah, I've seen it.
We actually have a couple cassettes of theirs because they sing. And one of the aliens sings, "You left my cake out in the rain." I had no idea it came from that song for the longest time. And then I heard that song, I'm like, that's where he gets it. I was going to eat that cake. That's what he says, anyways. All right, Bad Hair Day, that's with Amish Paradise. Running with Sis, he gets to where he's almost like Genesis. He starts to do these really long songs.
Yeah.
They're good too. Like the one, especially when they got videos tied to them. Two in particular, "Trapped in a Drive-Thru." I like that one because it's just a random.
R. Kelly, I think, is based on
Maybe, but I mean, just he wanted to come up with the most mundane thing to talk about. It was like people go out.
Well,
to
his is Trapped in the Drive-Thru, right?
we're trapped in the yes.
Trapped in the Closet is R. Kelly.
Okay, and then the other one we like is Albuquerque. I mean, he's talking most of it. He's talking about you have donuts. The guy's like,
Yeah.
How about these crazed weasels?
Yeah, and he takes them.
And she goes, when I fell in love with her when she said this one thing to me. It was, "Hey, you got weasels on your face." It's like, really? Anyway, you said you like the part.
Yeah.
A L B U Kirky. Spell the rest. And then we'll just skip through a bunch of these. Apocalypse is pretty cool because it does a parody of
Flintstones.
Miley Cyrus's song "Party in the USA."
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's Party in the CIA, and that's clever.
No, that's the one that they do the parody of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
With the Flintstones.
Look,
But he does two songs. He does. He starts off
I
with.
think that came on an earlier season.
Yeah, it's. Oh, I thought it was that one. Okay,
No.
but he starts off with Under the Bridge, and then
Right.
he transitions to Give It Away.
Yeah.
And I got a wife named Wilma.
And then lastly, just because we're flying through these so we can get the top 10, because we talk about Weird Al practically in every video. The last CD he put out, I forget when, but it's been a few years now, Mandatory Fun. He literally put out a YouTube video on the same day, so it's like Cobra Kai. He put out a video for every single song on that video. And sometimes other people put videos, but Word Crimes was on that, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's not in it, but he let that video be put out, which is also a witty song.
Yeah.
So, and then I got my other favorites that weren't hits at all, weren't ever released, but there's some videos that are really funny, with funny lyrics. Some that you can't mention. Anyways, so I don't know, what's your favorite CD? Would you, if you didn't buy the video package, which CD would you buy?
I might get Running with Scissors.
Running with Scissors?
Yeah, I might get that one.
I think that was the first time actually when I went to a Borders, and you get to they actually had headset places where you could listen to albums just put out. Running with Scissors was there, and that's when I realized he's still putting out CDs, because for the longest time I didn't know he was still doing music, and then I saw that. So okay, let's go ahead and get to Weird Al's top 10.
Weird Al's top 10. So if you want to have an experience for Weird Al, listen to Hardware Store.
And see if you can
If you can
Keep up.
Yeah, see if you can lip sync it.
Keep up, lip syncing. Because if you can sing that fast, go get into a music career as a rapper. Okay, so out of our honorable, I can't even say slow words, let alone Weird Al stuff. Okay, out of our honorable mentions, I lose 2, you lose 3, and I'm going to mention one that was going to be next in our list, even though neither one of us had it in the top 10. And that would have been Like a Surgeon. That would have been the very next one, even though neither one of us had it in the top 10. Okay. The ones you lost, 2 from Mandatory Fun, because all of them were released, so it's hard to know which one was actually a hit. You like Foil, which is a hit parody of Royals, right, by Lord, and Handy, which, who sang the original?
Happy is Pharaoh.
No, that was Tacky.
Oh, Handy. Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea. What'd she sing?
Don't
remember it. See? Because her song is forgettable. And then you had Craigslist, which, again, parody, not a parody, but his own song in the style of The Doors. So he did that throughout his career as well. He has all sorts of songs that he wrote on his own. You would swear it was a parody of something, but it's an original. All right. Genius in France would be my favorite of that bunch. Okay, the 2 I lose. You Don't Love Me Anymore, which I said he could have been a singer, just a regular singer. And then UHF, pretty good movie title song. Do you like that movie?
Yeah, I liked it. It's several movies that are like it. I like when he does parodies of movies that are
right. Like Rambo.
Yes, like he's obviously not his body.
Yeah.
He's not that built.
Yeah. And that was Michael Richards before he was on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Which where he
why
is he if that's a real voice or was he acting like a doofus on purpose?
He gets kidnapped. He's like,
yeah.
All right. I'm thinking of something that's orange. It's the color orange. You know what I'm thinking of?
An orange. Okay. All right. So to our top 10. First one, and I would say Mandatory Fun's gonna have the most because he released everything again. So Mandatory Fun, number 10, First World Problems. You have it at 12. I have it at 9.
Yeah, and I probably did something that we shouldn't have done.
What's that?
Is rate them based somewhat on the videos.
You know, it's
hard not to.
Tell me, is it? Can you base it strictly on song? Can you base it strictly on video? How do you do both? It's like impossible almost because I like that video. You know,
Yeah.
Here's a first world problem. His cell phone works in the kitchen, but not in the bedroom. Right? He needs something out of the vending machine, but nothing small enough for it. He only has 20s. That's a first world problem.
I believe that's the video. It also has Emo Phillips is the guy at the computer.
Oh, okay.
And the Emo Phillips was in UHF.
Yeah.
Whereas the shop teacher, he cuts his finger off.
Okay, so that's our number 10. That going up one.
That now we've had 2 Weird Al things where his finger gets cut off. Must be a thing with him.
Well, yeah, he probably did that. You know, he probably said, you know what? Nobody knows about my early stuff. Let's do that exact thing in the movie. Okay, so coming from Polka Party, the only song off of that album, Living with a Hernia, parody of
Living. I know it's James Brown. Why can't I think of it?
Living in America. Coming from the Rocky IV soundtrack.
All I can think of is Living with a Hernia. I can't think of the other song.
All right. Number 6 for me, 14 for you. But I like,
You like the foot that goes
around. They show his feet and the one foot spins in a circle. Obviously, it can't be the same person because that's
it probably wasn't even a leg. It's probably somebody holding a stick that has a shoe and
possibly. Yeah, it's still funny to think of that concept. He's obviously imitating James Brown.
He does some pretty good dancing himself, actually.
And he's Brown.
He spins a couple times.
Yeah.
So
And of course, what he's making it funnier is because James Brown liked to go, ow! So it looks like he's in pain, right?
Playing at the ending.
He falls
Because
over.
James Brown has a song, and in the song he goes, I feel good.
Right.
Da-da-da-da. And at the end of Weird Al's video, he goes, I feel bad.
That's right. And he falls.
His hernia, yeah.
Okay. All right. Next one up from Mandatory Fun is Tacky. You just said it was from Happy from Pharrell Williams,
Which was it from the Minions movie or Despicable Me movie? Possibly?
Yeah, maybe. I have this as high as 3. You have it at 16, and I confess.
Iggy Azalea song.
I
I'm
like
almost hearing a lyric. I'm so is what she says.
Oh.
I'm so blah blah. You should already know. I can't
Yeah.
think of what word she uses though. That's horrible.
You're still trying to figure it out. All right, so I like Tacky mainly because of who's in it. Especially he's got Jack Black in it, and some of the other people I don't know. But I just like that he didn't do the song.
The guy from.
I don't know who the big guy is.
I think he's the guy from Modern Family.
Okay. Oh, the
Eric
one
Stone
who plays
Street?
the gay guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric Stone Street. I think it's him.
All right. Yeah, I didn't watch that show at the time. I saw the video. Okay, and I like that he starts it in one outfit, and by the time he's at the end, he's a totally
He had
different
time to
outfit.
change because he was the first and last.
Yes,
person
yeah,
to
obviously
sing.
he did that for that reason. Okay, next one up is also from Mandatory Fun, our last song. So got the 3 out of the way pretty much. 3 of the 4 songs we just said are from Mandatory Fun, and that would be Word Crimes. This is your number one song.
Yeah, the Ricky is based on Ricky Martin's Blurred Lines.
Yes, and I got
Blurry is 21 Pilots.
that's Blurry Face.
Oh, Blurry.
Okay, I have this at 18, so yeah, it's similar to the Olivia John video. So you're like, why would you put it way down there? Because I like the other stuff. I mean, the video is bland, but at least it goes through all the grammatical things
it
people
shows.
do that he can't stand.
Yeah.
That's why it's a crime. But it is good to think and to. I'll tell you what, just writing these lyrics, to think of all the things that would have to do with a word crime,
Yeah.
and then be
And
able
rhyme 'em.
to rhyme them is incredible.
Yeah.
So I would think that a parody maker is more impressive than a regular song lyrics.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
listen, Don Henley, he has a chorus. Down at the Sunset Grill, and he sings it 4 times in a row. Not much brains there, right? Obviously, the music.
Okay, no, Weird Al wasn't always brilliant like I would say Word Crimes is.
Right.
George Harrison had a song called
Oh, I got my mind set
Got My
on
Eyes
you.
Set on You. Weird Al's song is called This Song Is Just six words long. And it just keeps saying it.
But in order to be 6 words long,
he has a contraction in there.
he had to do that in order for it to be 6.
Yeah.
Because you can't say 7 because it's 2 syllables. Now, does he write all his material? Does anybody else?
I would say
submit
no.
stuff?
I would say he writes them all.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, next one up, coming off the album I owned, off the deep end. That Smells Like Nirvana. I have this at 8. You have it at 10. And from what I understand, this was a career builder for him because he was probably just looking like he's floating in the background of oblivion until he put this one out. Used the exact same people that were in Nirvana's video, basically. Look, has the wig to make himself look like Nirvana. That ends up being probably the song of the decade, right?
Yeah.
So.
Got a disgusting part in the video. The guy eats the sandwich that came out of the mop bucket.
Oh yeah. Well, you would think whatever the.
I thought it was dripping. It
can't-
looked like.
But it can't be dirt water.
No, I know.
obviously.
It looked like it was wet. I
Yeah, I
think
know.
it was wet.
Okay. All right. So
Because I would just say he had a sandwich hanging over there, but I think I saw some.
yeah. All right. Next one up from Poodle Hat. Only song off of Poodle Hat, and that would be "Wanna Be Your Lover." You have this at 3. I have it at 11. However, I will say this.
You're the one that turned me onto the song and watching him live.
I'm going to say this. If you were ever to go see Weird Al in concert live, which is impressive itself because for every song he changes into the outfit he had on the video, right?
Yeah.
For every song. So he's like Cher, he has to do an outfit change.
Yeah, and this video,
He
internet
goes out
says,
to the audience.
the internet says for this song that it's a parody in the style of Prince. So
Right.
Prince didn't give him
Okay.
license to do it in one of the songs, but
Right,
did
but
in the style.
and he gets to go out in the audience and embarrass everybody that he goes to. It's pretty funny. And again, he says sentences that make it sound like he's gonna say something, but then he's like something else.
He does, he done that whole song. He has one line that doesn't fit though.
Which one?
Because he says things about how he's trying to compliment them with everything.
But some of them were insults.
Some of the compliments are weird, like
Right.
your eyes are blue like the toilet full of water.
Right.
That's a weird, but it's
Well,
not.
that's why it's funny.
It's not totally an
But it's why it's funny.
But he says, "Did you fall from heaven?" Because it looks like you landed on your face or something.
I know, those are the kind that are funny. Because you think he's about to say some compliment,
Yeah.
and it's not. That's why this song, that's why I had to show you this song, because it's like funny.
And the live version is actually better than the studio version.
It is. You gotta see him performing in concert as he approaches different women in the crowd.
And the boyfriends or wives, husbands, they don't mind that he's doing it. They really don't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're at number 4. We're getting there. In 3D, and that would be his first big hit, "Eat It." I have this at 5, and you have it at 6, and I think for sure the video probably puts this one way up there. I don't know if we'd have it way up there, except for that's an awesome video, right? So we could probably have a separate video of us going through all the videos and listing our favorite thing about the video. Like the guy trying to get out.
Yeah,
of the hole.
and they put different compilations of his things too. He has one called the TV album, which is probably songs based on
Anything
TV
was a
shows.
TV show.
Sure, he did something on the Brady Bunch. something like
Yeah,
that.
Ricky, which was
Yeah.
Lucy and
Yeah.
Desi. Or
And he has an album called the Food Album. It's got probably Eat It, Lasagna's on there, and
so anything
Addicted to
fat.
Addicted to Spuds.
I would imagine fat's on there. 'cause
Probably.
he's fat because of food. Okay, next one up, coming from Straight Outta Linwood, which the title is a parody of
Straight Outta Compton.
which was Ice-T, right?
Yeah,
It was, I mean, it was a movie, but was it also a CD?
no, not Ice-T, Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, you're right. There's a lot of ices out there. And vanilla ice. Okay, this would be White and Nerdy, so he's more like Vanilla Ice. And I have this as my number 2 song, and you have it at number 8. I remember I had a part-time job, and this girl asked me what my favorite song was at the time. And it was White and Nerdy, because I kept listening. I finally found it, and it was already 3 years old. She's like, that was 3 years ago. But I didn't know that. All right. And then, he talks fast in a lot of these songs, which is kind of the cool thing. That's another song where he's talking fast, like he's rapping. And obviously got the gold teeth.
Yeah, the gold teeth. His hair is made up,
Right.
like with the corn rolls.
Yeah, so in that video, he has the cool singer, and then the nerd that he plays. Doing
Well,
all
he
that
also
stuff.
does that in the video for First World Problems. He dresses like that and kind of raps.
Yeah.
So
Okay, next one up is from Bad Hair Day, and that's Amish Paradise. I have this as my favorite, and you have it at 9. Any particular thing in the video stand out to you?
you have that as your favorite fool.
I do. and he uses, just mentioned the Brady Bunch, he uses Florence Henderson in that. Or is it Florence Henderson that was the mom? Right?
Could be.
Yeah, she was the mom, I believe. So she was the other Amish lady, like the, I like where he's churning butter, and an Amish girl goes by. And
Yeah,
and starts churning fast.
yeah, that was probably his most sexual thing in that video. Yeah, the lyrics are clever too, milking all the cows, churning lots of butter, built another house. Built some house and soon I'll build another.
Right, and he makes reference to some of his friends, Ezekiel.
Yeah. Jebediah.
Okay, nothing racist about that. Okay, and then the last one coming from even worse is fat. You have this as number 2 and I have it at 4. And definitely this would make the top of our list because of the video. Too bad he had some other songs he wanted to put as videos, like Couch Potato. He asked Eminem if he could put a video. Eminem said no, so that song never became a good hit like it should have. So, alright, do you guys know all of Weird Al's stuff?
Yeah, if you never heard of Weird Al, you will soon hear about him when his movie comes out.
That's right.
In October, I believe.
Well, they hope. Hopefully it's not. If it's good, you might
not necessarily coming to theaters, because now what they do is put movies out direct to streaming services.
Yep. But you'll hear about him, and you're like, who's that? Go check him out. You'll find out who, and you'll laugh.
Yeah. Gosh, how many hits does he have that we had to read? He's got a ton of hits.
So if you look, how many albums did you say there were? 14?
Did he have any number 1s?
No.
I didn't think
he had a number 3. I can't remember if Eat It or White and Nerdy was higher. I think White and Nerdy was higher.
Yeah, White and Nerdy cracks him. Okay, they have Key Appeal, right? And they're in the convertible, and he's mowing the lawn. He stops mowing, comes out. You see them, they're locking their doors.
They're panicking. They're in the convertible, so locking the door ain't gonna
like, what's he gonna do?
He's like... Anywho, all right. So that's it for Weird Al. That's our top 10. If I was to give you the list and re-rank him, it would be totally different next week because he's got there's too much to go through. If we were to rank him again based on videos, totally different list, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and give a hint for next week, unless you don't remember who next week is. Actually, I don't remember who next week is.
I have a feeling who it could be, but I'm not sure.
If I'm correct, we'll just say who it is.
Part of a trio?
No.
Okay. He wasn't part of a trio?
Yes.
He was part of a trio that we've done. And on his own.
He would actually be, because he was not the lead singer, he's like Frasier. You had the original show was Cheers.
Yeah.
You didn't take the main character and make another series. You took a side character and made a series.
Yeah.
That's this band, Musical Guys.
Yeah, but he's a musician, but he works with people that work in a garage.
Or you'd think.
Yeah, you'd think.
But there's a video that clearly says they know nothing about cars.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.